Greetings, my brothers and sisters. One and all. I would like to welcome the world of OMOS.
All right. Off the top of my head, last week in the world of OMOS, our group of mighty adventurers, or, well, some of them not so mighty, depending on who you ask, known as the Pages, had set out on, well, originally on foot and then by carriage to a small fortified town known as Fort Nightfall, somewhere along the river, 50 miles out from the Yola's Lock. On their way, they were looking for a book, a form of contraband that had been smuggled into the sovereignty of Esrania, under the watchful gaze of the sovereign king himself. These books were meant to be burnt, almost in a celebratory, ritualistic fashion, almost kind of like a holiday. You could almost think of it as like Yuletide, where they burn the Christmas tree in the like Viking tradition. So, but this group was hired at a very high price, about I believe 250 gold pieces a person, to retrieve one of these tomes and make sure the rest of them burnt. So, on their way to Fort Nightfall, they came into some interesting encounters along the way, including those of dead mercenaries that were hired to transport those tomes to Fort Nightfall, forms of undead that wandered through the Tuskwood Forest throughout the night, in the form of strange entities that roamed through the darkness, unable to be seen by those even with dark vision, that offered safe passage and assured passage to their destination. And you guys were asked your names, though the voice seemed to ask Maza for hers first. And once the names were given, the way was shown. Fort Nightfall was the way to go. From there, you guys would reach the town and find out that they were in the middle of preparing for a great, we'll say parade of sorts, like a festival almost, where you can see like ribbons, some small decorations being hung about, people running back and forth with logs, tinder, just getting ready to burn all this contraband. It's like a crazy conservative right-wing town. I don't know. It was a strange vibe you were getting. After doing some research, reconnaissance, meeting up with another agent of the Pages within Fort Nightfall named Soth Chillib, a strange gnome, Maza you had met a couple times beforehand. You guys were able to infiltrate the fort itself, ironically with the help of some guards, and you were able to grab a hold of a copy of this contraband tome. But as you guys had done so, the fort went under attack by a great force of what seemed to be dark creatures of necromantic energy and power, things that should not be above ground. Unfortunately, the city's defenses were no match for what was coming. Large holes were blown through the walls by this large entity in dark black plate armor riding upon this skeletal horse. You guys firsthand encountering this thing were unfortunately swiftly taken care of, except for Casimir, who was holding on to his life by a thread, but this individual coming down towards you in the form of a swooping eagle would transform and reveal themselves as this silver-robed woman. She would provide you some healing, not knowing who you were, but giving you the benefit of the doubt that you were good people, noticing that you were fighting off these undead entities. Fortunately, allowing you guys to live once more. Now, descending down to the bottom of Fort Nightfall, remembering that Soth Chillib had mentioned an escape tunnel that led from under it, you guys followed this down, and this would end up becoming about a 3-day, almost 4-day trek underground through a series of chambers, rooms, and tunnels that took on varying forms of thematic display and decor, which all seem to be steeped in their own form of obvious and hidden histories. Eventually, after coming across a cult, which you guys identified as the Black Hand, a cult from the era of strife during the Great War, that seemed to serve an entity called the Black Reaver. Oh, Jesus Christ. Kick my mic there. You guys were able to pretty much repel them from doing whatever they were doing. And while traveling through there, you would meet a handful of individuals, one of them being one of your newly acquired allies and friends, hopefully. Tamir, a ruddy-skinned half-elf individual with flair to spare, as well as an elderly man and a small little girl and a stray dog, somewhere deep in the sewers under Fort Nightfall. After quickly making what seemed to be a shady bargain with some creatures that resembled these like Frankenstein rats stitched together creatures, you guys were offered somewhat safe passage through the sewers and out into this polluted portion of the Tuskwood Forest. From there, you guys made it out onwards towards the Tuskwood Highway, hopefully to find your way back to Valishbor, where you would be able to complete your contract, receive the reward, and who knows? While traveling on the road for about half a day, I believe was mentioned, you guys would find a half-buried individual, a half-elven gentleman with white hair, looks something of dark elf descent, buried in the ground with his armor, most of his clothing, and his equipment stripped and shoved off to the side of the road, with a strange rune painted onto the back of his neck. Kind enough as you are, some of you offered to help this gentleman out of the ground, while I guess pretty much one of you declined to do so. And after helping this gentleman out, he seemed very strange, if not wary of the group that had just picked him out, mentioning that asking for his name was one of the reasons why he got into the trouble.
The fucking road fairy.
And I believe that's where we left off, with you guys traveling down southwest the Tuskwood Highway towards Valishbor. Okay.
Cool. So we out.
Yeah.
Are we still with the man?
You are still with them. Right. My bad. Important detail to mention is that I believe it was either Tamir or Pojem had discovered that this man, he is a believer or a priest of some form of Eugoria, a nation to Israenia. Eugoria it's mainly a theocratic state, and they worship the doctrine of their high priest Solakor, who preaches about OMOS and his teachings, but mostly the fact that OMOS speaks to him.
Oh,
And if you-
fun.
And if you guys remember, the books that you guys came to Fort Nightfall to acquire were actually religious doctrine written by High Priest Solakor himself about listening to the words of OMOS, and that's kind of like a form of heresy in some countries, like Israenia, because OMOS is known as a fallen god that had died in order to save creation. It's like, your typical childhood stories, religious stories, that type of thing. So yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, we helped you out of the ground. Anything else you need, or can we go?
The man looking around, he looks over to you, and he kind of gives you this wary eye, but he makes eye contact with you, like holding it for awkwardly long time, and he says if it's all right with you, I would appreciate it if I would be able to travel back with you to Valishor, and once we arrive there, then we can separate. But I'm not too fond of traveling alone.
Speaking for myself, I do not feel comfortable traveling with you. You told us that you traveled with others. Apparently they all died or disappeared. I will help you loosely get to Stonebridge. Excuse. Ambulance. But beyond Stonebridge, I would not support traveling with you. In fact, I will probably walk a pace from you so as not to get confused as company of yours. This is solely based on the situation between the Silgassian Empire and Isrania, and the fact that, like I said, your companions are now gone, and you are not well loved here, almost as much as my people. I've spoken my piece. And Pojem will step back.
Sure. So he kind of looks around to the five of you. Is this a unanimous feeling Casimir says I'm cool if he comes with us.
I agree with Pojam. It's not the smartest idea to let you travel with us. I'm sorry.
Well, then, as your friend had proposed, would you at least care to take me and leave me there, so I may recuperate?
If we must.
Then so be it. I can understand why you wouldn't trust a traveler, a stranger, especially since I was buried up to my neck in the ground. Given the circumstances, I'm grateful for your decision. And thank you for allowing me to travel with you. And in that time, he's starting to buckle his clothes together, his piecemeal armor. He had kind of like a chainmail, starting to wrap up his equipment.
Okay. Well, should we get going then?
I'm a few feet back, and I'm just like, I just need a minute. And Pojam's gonna take off his outer robes, and he's wearing kind of like light, almost, I guess they're not white anymore. Used to be white pants, white linen pants, but the sewage and the muck and stuff is kind of seeped up the bottom pant leg. So it's kind of all black and funky, and then it kind of goes gray and then to white. And he's got scale mail on. And I'll pull
I was just gonna say, I used prestidigitation on all of us too to clean us up when we left the sewers.
Well, I don't know if you would have been able to see my pants. Probably. Maybe. No, I don't think so. It's because mostly y'all just see my robes and my feet. So pants are still funky. So the scale mail, I pull my longbow out from my bag of holding, strap it on, pull out my arrows, strap them on, pull out my longsword, strap it on, bundle the robe up, put it in the bag of holding, and then just tuck the whole bag of holding underneath my armor. All right, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
All right, okay. So you guys make your way down the Tuskwood Highway then.
I would like to keep a very careful eye on the guy as we walk.
All right, sure. Are you trying to keep him in front of you guys in the center?
I'm walking behind him, yeah. Like a good
Yeah, I can walk behind
20,
him too.
30 feet, you know. It's just like, you know how people traveling along the same road give each other space, about that much space, you know.
Sure. Okay. All right, so you guys are traveling at a pretty normal pace. It's been quiet, except for some, scattered conversation here or there. Some hours pass. Yeah.
I think Tamir would walk with them, because I remember Ray was saying that she was going to help him out, and she was the one who helped him out the most, so I think she would walk with him.
Also, I think he told him his name was like Mr. T.
Yep. Mr. T.
Oh.
Level 4.
We've been level 4 for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So you guys walk along for some while. Every once in some time, you can overhear Tamir and this individual making some slight conversation uh, back and forth. It's it's not hushed per se, but it's just kind of general questions. Where are you from? What is it like? Where you live? That type of thing. Um,
Okay, I'll do laundry myself.
so you travel down the Tuskwood Highway.
And we still haven't reached the fork.
Mhm.
Have we reached the fork in the road?
I would say actually, after a couple hours, yeah, you would reach a fork in the road. One continuing southwest, and another that would continue, I'd say, northeast. Yeah.
And that would go to Uligburg? Uligburg?
Yes, the other sign is labeled as Yolaberg.
So we've come to the fork in the road, or we haven't yet. Hello?
No, I would say, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you fine. So I would say you guys would have just arrived to the fork.
I go, this is where we encountered the strange being with the creatures with the glowing eyes. And
What's up?
I'm thinking of leaving him something. Something that, that we... But I don't know what I would leave. Just a friendly hello, came back through. Thanks,
Well,
once.
I don't generally believe in this, but according to the legends, they appreciate gold.
Really? He almost struck me as a person that would frown upon gold, but I mean...
If we're talking about road fairies, at least.
This is well, yes, this is true. He could possibly be a road fairy, but I imagine they'd be much smaller.
Can I try to remember some sort of legend that he's thinking of, what they would like or whatever, just to amuse him?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and make a history check.
20.
Oh, awesome.
20. All right. Okay. Fucking ace. Damn. All right. Okay. Though it is important to note it's not a natural 20, but that's okay. That's okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but with a 20 still. Trying to think back, just trying to fish out random information that you've heard across the years. Road fairies, they're to the common person's knowledge, or at least to a non-believer, they're like children's story. It's like a way to it's a way to teach children not to litter, not to dump trash across the streets. Don't go playing out at night because the road fairies might take you, mistaking you as one of their own.
Oh God.
That type of thing. It's like typical discipline, like medieval discipline. Scare them into doing something. Whatever. Yeah, because the road fairies will get angry. But it has deeper roots than that. Almost in the sense that it's not just like a like a child's tale. It's like there are many individuals that that take it to heart, as if there are entities that look after the roads and cities, towns, and the highways, making sure they're clear of dangers like ice, pitfalls. You know, they're the entities that make sure your cart doesn't slip off the road in the winter and land in a pit or a rut on the side of the road. They make sure just wolves don't jump you in the middle of the day, as you're traveling out and about, that type of thing. And so people pay homage to them as much as possible, paying respect to them in the form of gold in water barrels. And usually the tradition is that for every day they've been out on the road, a person will give 1 coin for every day they've been out on the road and dump it in the nearest open water barrel. And there's no real, from what you remember, every story differs from gold, silver to copper. You've heard a couple times that they'll even take pieces of bread, maybe a cool trinket, like souvenir even, it's like, the story's different from person to person, as it's passed through oral history. But yeah, basically that's about it.
So you share that with Pojem?
I mean, there's a lot of stories that people leave for them, but mostly it's just valuable things like food or trinkets or money.
Well, I
just never bothered.
It's my assumption that Iktulab Hubakatha is probably
what?
that was his name, Iktulab Hubakatha, and he struck me as if he was a road trader, he'd have to have been the king, no less. So I think I know exactly what I'll give him. And I pull the silver goblet that I got from Asim, the boy in Nightfall, this strange boy who someone tried to kill, who actually, they killed him and then, I healed him. I'm going to walk over to the bushes where Iktulab Hubakatha came out from, and I go, "Greetings. I will not pronounce your name, for I know names are sacred. I'd like to thank you once again for helping me, my friends, and I hope one day to see you and perhaps converse with you, because I feel you would have much to teach. And so I would like to leave you this gift. I know you probably don't care for, the riches that most beings care for, but this was something that I got from a very special young man. And I think you could possibly appreciate it." And I very carefully tuck the silver goblet into the bushes on the ground, and I step back and then turn and head back to the road.
All right.
Bye, silver goblet.
Pojem, make a persuasion check with advantage, or a performance check with advantage.
Oh, I don't think I'm good at any of those. Persuasion?
Well, that's not bad.
Okay. All right. Natural 19. Okay.
Oh.
All right. So, as you approach the greener overgrowth by the road, as you approach it, you notice that it's very shaded. The trees and plant life seem to grow in a little thicker in this area, so you notice that it's a lot of shade. Like you feel like this is probably a good place to take a nap, on a hot summer day, if maybe the greenery was cleared a little bit. You try to find a good place to set it down, and you notice what seems to be like an old wagon wheel, almost like a solid round piece of wood. So it's like really old. It's rotted in some portions, but it's flat on the ground. And you just set the silver goblet right there upon the wheel itself. And as you kind of take a couple steps back, corner your eye, there's almost as if someone's standing there.
I turn.
There's nobody there. You turn around and you see Maza staring at you from your group of individuals on the road, but there's nobody there.
Oh, it just started hailing.
It's a sign. Okay, we'll return to the road, and thank you, friends, for humoring me.
No problem. Okay, let's get it going. Kaz, you're having all day with the dog. Let's just go.
All right, yeah. So this brown dog, kind of like white markings on it, kind of like a beagle, but it's not really. It's mixed of variant breeds.
Who do you want to read for you, Tap? I think it's Maza or Bookie's turn.
I'll read for the sake of brevity. Just sorry, I was just waiting for you to stop talking about forest fairies.
Road fairies, my friend. Road fairies. Forest fairies are a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Or possibly the same thing.
The dog has seemed to take a liking to Casimir very quickly.
Well, they say dog is of a feather.
Casimir looks at the dog. They're so weird.
And this makes Pojem absolutely freeze and just stare at him, just like, yeah, yes, and then turns back. It casts no. He's also some like a dog. I say that to Bookie.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
So
It's
you got something to say, nerd?
Well, you are four-legged and furry on certain occasions, so wouldn't the statement "they're so weird" also somewhat apply to you? I know you're not a dog. You're a wolf. That's a different creature altogether, but similar origins. So that would mean you're somewhat weird. Which is true.
We're all weird.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sort of lycanthropy.
I think it's amazing. It makes you very special. I would say none of us here have ever met a lycanthrope.
That's good.
It's like you're like a unicorn or something.
All right.
Has any of us met a lycanthrope before?
Not that you have specified to me, so I would probably say no.
I mean, we could have met them, but unless they told us or transformed in front of us, we wouldn't know.
That's true.
Exactly.
I'd say that you've definitely heard stories though of bipedal wolf creatures, like werewolves and such, attacking remote villages, and they've been fought off by by many of the guard or militia that could have been stationed there. Maybe other braver individuals. But it's nowhere near home. At least.
Would we also have heard stories like that in the Silgassian Empire? Like elvish lycanthropes? Lycanthropes?
I'd say you've definitely heard of you've definitely heard of lycanthropes in the Silgasian Empire, though they're in between the continent of Kurstad to the east and the continent of Isrania to the west. So not the country, but the continent. It's like, like New York, that type of thing.
Right.
In between these two continents, there's this large land. Like, think of it like a no man's land, known as the Land of Timbers. And basically what this is, it's a sea of forest. This place is where every fairy tale, every horror story, every setting for a great adventure that you've ever heard of usually takes place. When it's described as a sea of forest, it's exactly that. As in, there are stories of people that go into the Land of Timber, and a lot of them come back out. Some of them don't. Some of them just go in, and ones that do come out claim that the forest gets deeper, and the trees get taller and taller, to the point where the sun stops reaching the ground. So it's home for a lot of legends. But on the verge of the Land of Timber that meets the Silgasian Empire, that's where a lot of those stories of lycanthropes would be met. But then there are stories of different types of lycanthropes besides werewolves. That you probably hear, like werebears, but that is somewhere closer near the dwarven nation of Sunmeria, a very mountainous place, north up above the Silgasian Empire. So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, but as you guys are kind of talking about this, the individual kind of approaches you guys slowly, and he says, "I'm sorry, but did I mishear the conversation?"
It's none of your business, bro.
What did you hear?
What did you hear?
Well, from what I overheard, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but this gentleman here has been inflicted with lycanthropy.
Shut up. It's none of your business.
No,
Can I roll for
you-
intimidation?
That's fair. That's fair enough. Fair enough. I will. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll for intimidation if you like.
All right. Wait, sorry, I gotta bring it up. I'll just be a second, fam.
Sure.
I think I have a perk. Yeah, intimidation.
Pojim just stands behind you, just full height. Silent.
All right.
How do we roll again? Is it exclamation mark?
In roll 20.
You gotta be in roll 20.
Oh dang it! Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
What is my
it's slash roll 1d20 plus your,
Okay,
or you could just click on the word intimidation and it should work.
that's true.
No, intimidation is +6? Dang.
Yeah, it's because I have a
what do you call it? A
seat?
thingy. Yeah.
4 feet.
Scary boy.
4 feet.
That's. Yeah, you're right about that. Dang it, it's still 3. My gosh. All right. I'll just do manual. I'm sorry for wasting everyone's time.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
I have like a normal character sheet I like to keep up. Keep forgetting with this one.
All right. Well, goddamn. Okay. So,
Scary boy.
yeah. All right. And he averts his gaze from yours, and he kind of takes a step and a half away from you, and he goes, all right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. It's just I thought that if maybe it was some if there was any way I could help, then maybe I may have been of some use. But that's completely fine.
Yeah. Help.
All right, and he
This poor dude. I'm sorry. I'm being really mean to him.
he kind of
walking,
backs.
sir.
He kind of backs off, like maybe like 10, 13 feet away.
I go, you are definitely not making friends by eavesdropping.
He flips open his small prayer book, and he begins reading from it rather quickly as he just kind of scans through a page and then flips to the next.
You can begin walking ahead. We will be a short distance behind.
Now that he has the prayer book out.
Yes, what was that?
I wanted to keep an even closer eye on him now that he has the prayer book out.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Me too. Except I'm mostly just annoyed with him.
All right, so just keeping an eye on him. So you guys are going to continue forward then from the fork in the road. And after a couple more hours, about another two more hours or so.
Oh, wait.
This,
Oh, sorry.
yes.
Sorry.
Well,
Do we...
Well, before you
sorry.
say anything, let me at least complete the setting.
Okay.
After covering you guys do begin to notice that the sun is beginning to set. It hasn't reached the horizon or anything. It's about like 6 p.m.
Okay, cool.
So it is beginning to set. So what was that you wanted to ask?
Well, I'm looking for that spot where we fought that vampire thing.
Right. Okay.
And I'm
Sure. Along
I will ask
the way.
Farron to see if to keep an eye out for that spot where we fought that vampiric creature.
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
Oh
So,
yeah. The wounds that I
actually here
got
for
from
that.
the vampire,
Actually.
like the fangs, are they still there, or like did they heal over, or like?
You're not sure. So how about if you guys want, Farron and Pojam, you guys can either make your own single perception checks, or one of you can make it with advantage. It's up to you.
Farron, why don't you... Well, let me see.
What's your perception?
3?
Same.
You go for it.
All right. Ooh. 15?
It's decent.
Okay. Well, traveling back southeast like this, or southwest, when you guys did come across it, it wasn't really by noticing it, or well, you guys didn't really make the choice of it. It was kind of like it almost called out to you as you guys noticed a cart on the side of the road, figures and whatnot. But as you guys are walking along, you and Pojam are keeping an eye out there. Let me see. Unfortunately, as you guys are walking along, maybe you haven't gotten there yet, or maybe you have passed it, but looking exactly distinct. It is complete. There's no overhanging fog throughout the Tuskwood Forest, so it's kind of difficult to know exactly where that was. But who knows? It might be further up ahead, since you guys are also traveling by foot instead of horse and carriage. So there's still that. But you don't notice anything that catches your eye, as this was where we found a cart and a vampire lady. At least not yet.
Fair enough. And so we're at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, so the sun is beginning to set.
How far away are we from the place we're dropping that guy off?
Stonebridge?
Yes.
Okay, horse and carriage, you guys made it between Stonebridge and Fort Nightfall a day and a half. I'd say if you guys were traveling by foot, that would probably bring it up for 2 days.
Well, that's not that bad.
I think we're going to need to camp. We will not make it.
Yeah, when it starts getting like late, like when the sun begins to like touch the horizon, you know, kind of like it's getting like dark, we'll set up camp.
Sounds good.
All right.
Cool. That sounds fun.
Okay, sure. All right, so you guys continue onward then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sure. Okay, so
I'm surprised Ray isn't here yet.
yeah, I hope she's all right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna set
Anyway.
up camp?
All right.
What was that?
So, as you guys are continuing onward, you notice that it is beginning to get somewhat darker as the sun just passed the tree line, coating the sky in a beautiful shade of dull orange, purple to blue. And this orange light kind of seems to stream through the treetops, hitting you guys. It's the picture perfect lighting.
I love this.
But as you guys are traveling through, especially through a thick forest, darkness tends to fall quite quickly. As an hour and two begin to pass, the light is beginning to dim quite quickly. But you notice out in the distance, it looks like to be a small wagon or a cart of sorts. You only notice it really because it has these two poles with dangling lanterns. It seems to be traveling in the same direction you guys are in, which is southwest, but they're like a couple 100 feet away from you.
Do we want to
go
go
check that out? It's ice cream
Yeah.
truck.
Ice cream?
Let's go.
Carriage.
We can always use more people to camp with us and eat dinner. And that's a fact. I
Oh
wanna
yeah,
go
well, how
look
are we
at
doing
it.
on food? Like I
Oh, I'll
only
get
have
you
2
some
rations
food.
left.
Don't worry, I'll get some.
I mean,
I'm
I can
good for
always
food.
like.
Like I have a pack.
Okay.
No.
I mean, we could always like hunt stuff too, like.
Mhm.
But
Excuse me.
I have some rations.
I don't know. I think I got some. Who's that guy with the lanterns?
All right, so are you guys
we're
making?
approaching.
Yeah, okay. You guys are making an effort to catch up.
Slow. I would say go slowly so we don't kind of rush up on them, and that way we'll also give ourselves some time to gauge who exactly they are.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So as you guys begin to approach quickly, as you guys begin to close in, like within 150 feet of the cart, you guys begin hearing like what sounds like to be the jingling of like very dull chimes, like almost like wooden chimes.
Cute.
Though it's not a ringing sound. It's very, or yeah, it's like wooden chimes, like almost like bamboo, just tung, 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 tung. And as you guys are approaching, who's approaching the cart first?
Me.
All right,
I'll approach with him.
sure. So Casimir and my guys take the front and begin approaching it. You notice that on the side of the cart, it's like an open wagon. Though you notice there's like a cloth tarp over it. Across the sides of the wagon, hanging from those lantern poles themselves, are these like almost symbols that are carved from wood. They're like very simple runic symbols, all made from straight lines. They're kind of hung in different fashions. Some of them are painted on to the wood itself. Some of them are carved out of the actual cart, and some of them are carved out of pieces of either like animal bone,
Cool.
pieces of wood, and then just kind of like hanging out and about. And as you guys approach, you notice that the cart is kind of being dragged along by this large ox with a small set of horns. It's a big ox, but with small horns, and the ox is actually painted with these red, green, black, and blue symbols. It's all different paints, but it's the same kind of runic shapes, just all over the ox, the horns, the face, everywhere. And yeah, and you notice kind of wrapped up in this like dark brown, discolored kind of cloak almost, or a thick blanket, is this elderly elderly gentleman, short, stout, and this long white beard that kind of frizzes out in two different directions.
That's right. Hey, bro. Where you going? I mean, not too intrude. What's up?
As you call out, the cart doesn't stop, but it kind of slows down, and you hear the individual. Whoa! I haven't seen many travelers for some time. I'm heading on through Stonebridge towards Vanishmore, wherever the roads take me for the day being.
It's not daytime anymore. It's night. You want to camp with us?
Oh, is it now? And he kind of looks up at the sky. It's strange. Up north, the skies seem to stay about the same color, dark grays.
Love him. Love him so much.
We're traveling the same direction you are. If you would like to travel with us, or
Yeah, we trust you and like a. Yeah, we trust you.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. You trust me.
Yes.
So, tell me, what are you doing out here?
She came out of the sewer. I'm not making that up.
He has these like thick white eyebrows that kind of like cover his eyes really, you know, they're
So
overgrown.
cute.
But as you say, we've out of the sewers. The eyebrows kind of like, you know, lift up in a dramatic fashion that you see these kind of like gray colored eyes. You know, they've kind of like paled over, almost as if like his sight is not what it used to be. But like it looks like in a state of like confusion, shock, worry. But then he lets out a small chuckle. Oh, that's well, if that's what you're up to, then that's what you're up to.
Well, I mean, we can explain if you want to eat dinner with us. It's pretty complicated, but
How many are traveling with you?
Let's see. We got that guy.
5.
We got nerd friend, theatrical boy, Mazda, and Farron. So that's like 5.
Yeah, there's 5 of us all together.
You have
Well, no, there's. I mean, including.
Oh, including the dog, there's 6.
right a dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wouldn't that
my
be
dog?
7?
Yeah, your dog.
Yeah, I'm talking.
no,
we have
yeah.
6 people in my dog.
Well, I'm not
Right.
counting the
He-
other guy.
So as
Oh, that's true.
As you say, so as you call for the dog, he again he kind of tugs on the reins on the ox, and he goes, "Whoa!"
Oh, I'm
And the
sorry.
ox-
I'm sorry.
to a stop, and he goes, "Well, if you're taking care of some animals, sure, why not?"
Of course.
I
Where
love
are we
him.
gonna sleep, everybody?
What about right here on the side of the road?
Okay,
We should probably pull off the road, but yeah.
I'm gonna sleep on the road.
I like her. I like her. Sleep on.
So
such
what's your
fast-
name?
Oh, that's a little forward, don't you think?
You don't have to tell us your name. It's okay.
We'll give you our names in exchange.
Well, I mean, there's no need to be weird about it, but sure. Well, what are your names?
Casimir.
Oh, that's a strong name you got there, Casimir.
You're
Holds-
making me shy.
You hold some weight on there. Good power on there, Casimir.
You're making
And,
him cry. Stop it.
And what about you?
Maza. She'll hold her hand out for a handshake.
And he reaches over, he reaches over from under this draping sleeve, and nothing but like a nub comes out of it, and he goes, "Oh, sorry about that," and he gives you his left hand and kind of shakes it backwards. He's like, I forget that's almost not there. Okay.
I love him.
Yay, Grandpa.
So
How does? Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how does the guy we dug up? How is he reacting to all of this?
He's jealous.
he seems to be standing at about the distance that all you guys have held him at. He doesn't seem to be interacting anything really. He has a book shut, but clutched in his hands. And he's really not doing anything. I mean, he's observing, but he's not saying anything.
Maybe we're being too hard on this random dude.
Well, I think it's fine.
Hey, come on, nerds. You gotta introduce yourself to the sweet man.
You can call me
nerd.
Well met, nerd. Nice to meet you.
Why would he say his own name like that? Okay.
He's
All right. And you said there were 6 of you, right?
Well,
So
including the dog, yes.
6
right. So one-
humanoids on the road.
your
we
dog's
gave this-
humanoid.
I'm speaking of that guy over there.
That guy.
We don't know his name.
Yeah, we don't like him. I mean, I
Don't-
didn't say that out loud, but
Don't know his name. Don't know him. But
Anything to the all right. He kind of looked over and he says, okay. I was not made aware of a 6th individual, but that's fine. The more the merrier. Maybe. Okay, well, it's nice to meet you, nerd. What about the rest of you? Any names? No names, some names.
Can he like not see us? Is that what you? Is that? Am I stupid?
He's kind of looking around you guys, but he's never looking at you guys.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll protect you, grandfather.
Can I do a knowledge arcana on the ruins on the ox and the cart?
Yeah, sure.
Big money, big money.
Whew.
24.
Wow. Yeah. So as you're kind of looking around, these runes, a couple of them rune, that was described on the back of that priest's neck, but they're in a different fashion, like upside down or in a different type of stylist carving.
Now they're similar. They're similar, or there's
Yeah, they're similar. But let me see. Yeah, a lot of them are kind of like runes that might represent peace, protection, safe travel, kind of like good fortune, fair weather, protection from evil, and like there's a whole list. Like you're going, oh, this one means, you know, safety for animals. This one means, you know, like good faith with the sun, protection under the moon, cloaked in night. And you know, it just kind of goes on and on. It's like just runes for all different purposes.
Excellent. You're well prepared.
And then as you approach the ox to inspect it, the ox kind of just rears its large head to you, just.
I let Thumbelina. I put my hand out, and I let Thumbelina, Mabelina, climb down my arm, and sit on my palm, and kind of sniff the ox. It's like animal greeting animal.
All right, yeah, the ox doesn't give it like too much notice. It just kind of said,
And I put Mabelina
snort.
on my shoulder.
All right, yeah. But the individual goes is like, all right, maybe we can settle up and get to know each other better. Introduce more of our names once we set up camp. But for the time being, my name is Nikolai Woodsmith.
Are you? I'm sorry, that's my dog's name. Just Nikolai, not Woodsmith.
That'd have been so cool if it was Nikolai Woodsmith.
That's story related.
Whoa.
When he says his name is Nikolai, Cosmere freezes up for a second.
Whoa.
Oh, cool. Okay. Do you have a nickname or something?
He kind of pulls on his like comically long beard, gives it a thought. Well, you know, I don't actually.
Okay, I'll just call you Mr. Woodsmith, I guess.
That's fine. That's fine.
Could we call you Nick?
I'm sorry. One more time. Ear to hearing.
Could we call you Nick?
No, I prefer Mr. Woodsmith. Has a
Okay.
nice ring to it.
Cool.
Well, shall we make camp?
Yeah, let's make camp.
Sure. Why
I want
don't
to say
you?
something to old man.
Oh, I should probably introduce myself also. You
Sure.
can
Yeah.
call me Ren.
Oh,
Oh,
oh well. Hello, Ren. Don't scare me like that. Jumping out of nowhere.
Sorry.
Okay. So I asked you to jump into the back of the cart, but I'm not going to because I have some stuff back there. So you can just follow along and Well, why don't you all decide where we're gonna camp out for the night?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Find a
Mr.
nice-
Woodsmith, I have to tell you something. That's not what
Okay.
it sounds like. I'm sorry.
Sounds like you're gonna tell me something really bad, but sure.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
just don't take this weirdly, but I wish you were my dad instead of my real dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're so nice.
Literally just met this guy.
No,
You-
I
that's-
mean, it doesn't take much. Just Casimir.
no.
You
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
you must forgive my friend. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think he
Listen,
recognizes.
I'm 35. I don't need you nerds to be. I'm sorry. I'm being really mean right now, says Casimir.
He
I'm
goes,
sorry.
he goes, you know what, that's completely fine. And he kind of turns around and he rummages through this, like, this canvas bag he has, thick, like twine canvas, and he reaches, he reaches in and he pulls out this, this, like, small stone almost. And he kind of goes, Casimir, here you go, take this. And he reaches out his palm, but like not,
Just to go alone. Take
like,
it.
but like in your general direction. It looks like a shiny gray rock. Looks very polished.
Thank you so much. What, it's just a rock?
It's just a rock.
Oh, awesome.
I love him.
Whisper to the old man, listen, you've literally shown me more support than my dad did in 35 years of life, so you're my dad now.
He kind of like he licks his lips. It's you know, and he kind of covers his mouth with his hand to you, and he goes, you know, that's completely fine. It happens. People have shitty dads sometimes.
This guy's so understanding.
Well, this is happening. Can I find a place to camp?
I thought we
sure.
were.
Let's.
I thought we were just walking along.
You can go ahead and make a perception check or a survival check.
Perception is better. 21.
All right. So with a
Awesome.
perception check, kind of looking around. In the next couple of moments, you can see through the woods what looks like to be somewhat of like a clearing. You look and you see what looks like to be they were like smaller trees that had been chopped down beforehand. Probably to make for like a log house or firewood, whatever it was. But it looks like it's been cleared. It's like 8 feet off the side of the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a clearing over there if you want to stop there.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. And he goes, yeah. And he kind of gently whips up the ox, and the ox just kind of goes clocking around through the forest. And as the car begins to go off road, it's just horribly just kind of bumping across the dirt road, hitting a couple sticks and a piece of wood, and you hear the wooden runes and chimes kind of clack against each other
Huh?
as he's heading in a general direction.
Cool.
All right, yeah. So you guys follow suit then.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, sure. So then over the course of I'd say the next half hour or so, the sun has really begun to set. It's really gotten pretty dark, like it's noticeable. Especially with those of you with dark vision, it's everything's beginning to lose color. Because through dark vision everything's black and white. It's pretty much it's noticeable to I think Casimir, in the fact that it's losing color, but in a different way because it's just getting dark. But you guys get a fire going, maybe light a lantern or whatnot, or actually the 2 lanterns from the cart should be sufficient.
Can you look for some
in his
good?
bag. Sure, yeah. You're gonna go out and about. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Can I go with Cass?
No. Okay, fine.
I can set snares with my
kinda wanna
ability.
Let's go.
Oh, wait a
I'm having
minute.
a hard time keeping it together.
It struck me that this old man was fond of animals. You think he would be offended if we hunted?
I'm really hungry, dude. You can ask him that, but I'm gonna go.
Let me ask him real quickly.
Okay.
Uh,
I finally have a hunting partner. No, I have two. I'm a dog.
Whoa.
Sir Woodsmith,
Yes.
what is your opinion on the consumption of meat?
Probably do it every day
So
for you.
if we procured some game for an evening meal or perhaps breakfast, that you would be amendable to that?
Oh, as long as you killed it humanely, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
If you're gonna drown it in acid or maybe poison it, then probably not.
No, that would ruin the meat. It's fine.
Possibly only for experimentation in extreme situations, but not here. No, absolutely not.
I don't dip my toes into that kind of water. It's confusing water.
Don't worry, Mr. Woodsmith. I promise I don't do things. This is weird new sciencey stuff. Just a good old-fashioned neck snapping.
Well, I
Anyway.
mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I guess I'm just a little older, so I'm slower on learning new things. Oh,
No, don't worry about it. I'll bring you back something yummy, depending on what this is in this gosh dang forest. Okay,
Alright.
go Jim, let's go.
Okay.
All right, I walk into the forest, pretty far away so that no one can see us. We're in the dark,
Okay.
right?
yeah, with Pojam?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I find a tree. I say, Pojam, turn around and don't look over here.
Ooh, he's changing.
Pojam doesn't move, and
Exactly.
Pojam doesn't move, and just look. All of a sudden, his eyebrows just raise slowly, and just looks at
Pojam,
Kaz.
seriously, don't. Fine,
Slow-
whatever.
will slowly turn, but my eyes are like the last thing to turn, and then finally is just barely kind of trying to peek over his shoulder, but not really looking.
Cosmere takes off all his clothes, turns into a wolf, comes back to Pojam. I hope you weren't looking, I swear.
What?
Woof, woof.
Can't
So, black canine approaches you, Pojam. You recognize as Casimir, of course. All right, and so you guys are going to begin going on for the hunt, I guess. So if you would like, Casimir, you can go ahead and make a perception check with advantage, or both you guys can make one separately.
I would like to have Maybellina help Casimir with the perception check. Was that right?
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant survival check.
Okay, with advantage? Cool.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can do it.
you can either make it with advantage, or both of you can make it separately.
Well, I guess I'll just do it twice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so 16 for the first one,
Damn.
20 for the last. All right, cool. So, as you guys are kind of moseying along with Pojam's help, kind of making way of tracks here and there, and Casimir with your both of you, in a matter of maybe 15 minutes, you're able to catch some small nocturnal game. Like I'd say about like 2-3 possums, varying
Possums?
sizes.
The heck is this thing? It's like a giant rat. Oh well.
Basically,
Go.
So wait, we got 3 possums and what?
it's just 3 possums of varying sizes.
That's not bad.
This is a
While
weird
they're
creature.
doing this, should we start a fire?
Yeah. Uh,
All right. So, as you guys are beginning to do this, we'll say Farron and Maza, you guys go about setting up the camp, with starting a fire, pitching a tent, and whatnot. Mr. Woodsmith is kind of off of his cart now. You notice that actually he's a lot shorter than, comparably when he was sitting on top of a cart. Much shorter than both of you guys. Probably max 5 foot.
Is he a human?
Actually, now that you get a look at him, he looks like he might be a dwarf. Yeah. So now that you notice that he's much more like squat, kind of. Though he keeps a cloak over him, so you're not sure whether that's just his clothing that gives him that thick appearance, or if it's his muscular build, maybe. But he slowly seems just kind of pet the side of his ox, reapply some paints onto the ox's coat. Then he begins to approach you guys with kind of a bundle of sticks of the cart. That should do it for the fire, Ren and Maza. All right. So, and he kind of drops it down. So why don't you tell me about yourself? Coming around this far into the world all by yourselves. Well, by yourselves in the manner of speaking that you don't all seem to be family.
We're best friends.
well, we're just traveling together. We just came from
Oh yeah.
Fort Nightfall.
And I've got family in Balashore, and we're heading that way.
Oh, all right. So that's fair enough. Fair enough. Fort Nightfall, never liked that place. It's a horrible place to be at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all their, the trouble with the people and everything, their book burning. Never was a fan of that. But what can you do? All these different systems.
So where are you from?
Oh, that's a long time from now. I'm from way up north. I think would be northwest of here. There's a great mountainous land, the home of dwarves. San Maria. Oh, I miss those frigid climbs and the horrid black peaks that would reach to the sky.
Sounds pretty cool.
Oh, it's not. It's not. I left that place on purpose. It's he kind of gives up like a burp, like no. Excuse me.
We should probably bring the food back to our party. I bet they're hungry.
I'd say
rats.
by the time you announce yourselves, like, sounds cool, that's probably be around the time you arrive.
I have to go get my clothes out of the forest,
Sure.
and then we bring these
yeah.
weird possums.
But he goes, but yeah, it's a rough time out there. I decided, I'd see the world for what it was instead of find those great gray peaks, walls, really. That was ages ago.
Sir Woodsmith, what?
Oh yes, hello, nerd.
Hello. Yes, it is me, nerd. What? You strike me as very interesting. Of a kind spirit and soul. I'm interested in what talents you have in this world. Are you perhaps an artist or a musician? Perhaps a healer or craftsperson?
Oh, you're an inquisitive one, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely, he is.
Well,
yeah.
you would have to admit that upon seeing a carriage drawn by such a beautiful ox and such an intriguing person wouldn't, of course, draw natural curiosity.
I guess that's fair enough. Yeah, inquisitive is a good thing to be in this world, unless it's not. But I've done many a things, nerd, throughout my life. But I've many services to offer. But up until now, I'm really just riding out my last days, seeing everything I can. I'm an old one, you know.
How poetic. You're so cool.
Old may ye be, but who knows our paths? We may leave this world sooner than you. So perhaps your life will be even longer.
Ha ha ha! Oh, that is. Does your path of inquisitiveness usually lead to you being in danger? Because if so, then I don't think you should be asking too many questions.
Well, I am young-ish for my people, and my inquisitive nature has brung me this far, and I will keep feeding it until I am satisfied. And from then, I will choose another path. But until then, I must know. Not everything, of course, because that's no, that wouldn't be fun. But if it's to be learned, if there's wisdom to be gained in knowing, then I will seek it.
Okay. So, see, you are in a good mood. So how about I try my best then, in appeasing your inquisitive sides. How about this? I give you, we'll say maybe one question each.
Oh, okay.
And I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. Maybe I'll just give you the truth. Maybe I'll just give you some advice. I don't know. Depends, I guess. But who knows? And he kind of turns to face you, Pojam, and kind of like he gives you a sly wink, but it's not like directly in your direction. It's just like off, left of center.
And Pojam kind of does a little double take and looks puzzled for a second, then winks back.
Oh, you're a 31. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
That's also good to be in this world, you know? Gotta make friends. Gotta make more than friends somehow. Okay. I don't know. So, why don't you ask away? I'm sure you have questions.
Friends, would you like to start? I mean,
Or if you like, I can ask some of my questions of my own. See if I get any answers for that.
I guess I'd like to ask about all the ruins on your cart?
That's a good question to ask there. Ren, my fine little friend. Or I guess you're not that small. Okay. Regardless. And he kind of like rubs his hands together over the fire. And he says, well, you see these runes here, they're meant to invoke the good nature and goodwill of the folk that watch over the outside world, outside of city walls, town bazaars, kind of like the in between. Now, don't take me for a mad old man wandering in the middle of the nowhere with nothing but an ox and a strange cart full of things. But I know around these parts they're referred to as road fairies. And well, I use them just because, well, you know, it's better to do good by them than not to. They've helped me out some. So I'm returning the favor by helping out those along the way as best as I can. So these runes, for those of the knowing eye, they're really to signify to them that I'm only here to help or give them the best help that I can. But if you want the specifics, you know, this one over here, he starts pointing out to listing their purposes. And it kind of goes on for like 5 minutes as he's pointing to each and individual rune. And he's kind of for some of them, he repeats like the same meaning.
Pojam every now and then points to one and goes, yeah, that one's fair weather. And that's peace.
Nerds.
Do any
I'm
of
gonna
them
hand my
like
friend some
match?
possums.
Do any of them look like the one on the neck of that guy? Like any?
Actually, no. None of them do. None of them seem to match.
You guys want some? You want some? I just cooked all this weird rat that I caught. Here, take it.
So
It's not that huge, but
just-
you know.
pass around the possum.
Yeah. Well, while we were talking about runes, I was like cutting it up, and I set up the meat spit, and I started cooking it.
I think a slow smoke would probably bring out the woodsy nature of the meat.
The character hasn't eaten vegetables in like the entire game.
I'd say it's fair enough to say that that you guys would probably have some form of like dried fruits or something like that in like rations. But you know, it's up to how you want to phrase that. But yeah.
I want to ask
Oh,
Kojam if he
rations,
was
maybe.
watching me weirdly when we went into the forest. He's always like watching and taking notes.
I know I know how private you are about your change. And though I would be honored to watch it, to just see how the process manifests, I did not look. I wouldn't. You asked it of me, and I did as you said.
Not really concerned about that as much as I have to get naked before I change, and I don't want you looking at me.
Well, I've seen plenty a naked man in my time. Thank you very much.
I don't care who else you've seen. I just want you to see. Just not me.
Why? The body should be glorified. The body should be glorified.
Mr. Woodsmith goes, I knew he was flirting with me. Now I must tell you, young man, or I guess you're kind of old, right, for an elf. I'm not entirely sure. I have lost some of my virility from my youth.
That's about
Thank you.
mine, Bojan.
Well, though the experience would be educational, perhaps, my days of experimentation are behind me. So,
Oh, I mean, I guess, are there any more questions around? Because I'm starting.
Yeah, do you have a
Questions of my own.
family? Or are you just wandering around by yourself?
He pauses for a moment and he says, well, I don't have any family of my own. No wife or children or a husband or any nephews or nieces. Hopefully still and some. But I have not seen them for some time. I left my old country quite a long time ago.
Listen, you're always welcome to join my family if it ever happens. Just let me know. Like his laugh.
There. I appreciate it.
No, I'm gonna get one someday. Better hurry up, I'm like 35. Everyone's just like sitting at the campfire quietly.
He-
Sir Woodsmith,
yeah, go ahead.
I would like to be greedy and ask 2 questions, if I may.
Then I must ask you something in return, Mr. Greedy Questioner.
Of course, of course. The scales must remain balanced, of course.
Do you have something to offer for your second question?
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like this entire time he's had this like this like distant stare, but he's very focused on you now.
Perhaps, but one thing I have is not mine to give, and another thing I have should not be given. Let me think upon this, and I will have an answer in the morning.
I see.
All right, then I await. And he turns his head over towards you, Maza, and he says, "Oh, come now. You don't have any questions for Mr. Woodsmith? Nothing itching the back of your neck?"
Mr. Woodsmith, it really seems like you were expecting us to ask you questions even though we just met coincidentally.
I really was, to be honest. I really was. Kind of been, I don't know, mysterious old man, traveling the roads. I thought at least there would be like is that really your real name? Or,
That's a pretty normal sounding name to me.
I don't know. Well, yes, it's because it is my real name, but, I don't know. Whew.
Well, it may not be the most productive question, but can you see? You've been kind of.
Okay. I can see in more ways than one.
I kind of wave my hand
Elaborate
and
on
face a little bit.
I'm sorry, one more time. My ears
I
are
kind of
clogged.
wave my hand in front of his face a little bit to see if he does any, or if he notices.
you wave your hand in front of his face, and he's like, "I'd appreciate if you stop that." He doesn't flinch or anything, but he's like, "I'd appreciate it if you stop that."
Sorry.
Oh, now I know it was you, Ren.
Oh,
All right.
Interesting.
You said you can see in more ways than one. Can you like elaborate on that?
So I could.
Well, I mean, I've been alive for some time, so I mean, I can see one for the fact that well, I mean, with you sitting there and your bulging muscles and everything. I mean, it doesn't really look like you reciprocate the same feelings for sweet old cousin over here. Or really, it doesn't seem like you reciprocate the same feelings for, well, any one of his kind for the moment. If you catch my meaning, if you're
Yes,
drinking
yes.
up yet, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
I got a feeling.
How perceptive of you.
But you know, Mazda name is not that common. Yet, it's not the first time I've heard it. From you, at least.
Where else have you heard it?
Well, from you. And he kind of gets up and he walks over to his cart, and he kind of lifts up the tarp and he kind of starts digging through something. And you hear him shuffling through, and he grabs like a wooden box, and it opens with a small squeak. Just, and he grabs what sounds like a piece of paper from it and closes it shut, and he kind of stumbles back over towards a small gathering, the group, and he sits down. And he hands you a rolled piece of paper, and he says, maybe this will jog your memory. Take a look.
Yeah, I'll open it and look at it.
Sure, yeah. So, as you roll out this piece of paper, oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Right. So as you begin rolling out this small piece of paper, you notice that it's something. It's like a mixture between a bounty and like a newspaper article, and basically it reads that Ulrichton disaster. Insane devil woman sets fire to 2 more houses this evening. Scream. It just kind of continues if you begin scanning. As Mad Maza takes the sky once more.
Wow.
And near the bottom, it's listed a 200 gold bounty.
How long ago does it look like it was dated?
Actually, it looks like it was dated. Let me see. Counting. So I'd say about 4 or 5 days ago.
Well, sir, this couldn't have been me. I was nowhere near Aldrin at this time.
I didn't think so. It's about maybe well, seeing that you're on foot, maybe a 2-week journey by foot from Ulrichton to Valishbor by itself. So I didn't think so. But you stay wary out there, Maza.
I will. Thank you. Do you mind if I keep this?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. It's your namesake, I mean. But I'd probably be careful of which individuals you give your name out to.
I will now. Thank you.
And he kind of looks you over one more time. And he goes, okay.
Okay.
So, is there anything else to be said?
You could ask us questions, old man. That'd be funny.
So, Casimir, you've been talking a lot about your fatherly issues.
No, I haven't. What are you talking
Yes, you have.
Well, you had met me, and in less than 5 minutes, you asked me to be your father. So I'd say those are some pretty hefty fatherly issues.
I didn't ask you. I just said it'd be cool if you were. You're nice. Yeah,
That's,
whatever, though.
I don't know if you'd feel free to share. Maybe you'd only want to share with me, or what have you. If not, that's completely up to you.
You can ask me any question you like. I'm partially
Where are you
drunk.
from, Casimir?
It's like this place in a snowy area to the north. It's called Snisnaya, and it's not very cool there. Everybody's don't tell anyone. Everybody's like a lycanthrope, and they all hate each other, and they hate everyone else. It's just a bad time. It's like they go there for shelter from like non-lycanthropes, but they all hate each other. So
You said they're all lycanthropes.
yeah, it's
Now that's a story maybe I haven't heard.
I don't think
all,
you're going
actually.
don't think you're going to find it ever. So I suppose it's not putting my people's lives in jeopardy. But yeah, like they'll go there for sanctuary from people who want to kill them, and then they marry each other and have more lycanthrope children. It just never ends. So they never leave, except for me.
Fair enough. So, Casimir,
Yes.
have you carried this lycanthrope blood with you for, well, as long as you can remember?
Yes. Have I had my own blood for as long? Yeah.
All right, okay, fair enough. So, you gotta tell me, do you look like a big black dog when you, I don't know, when you tear off your flesh and become a big black dog, or what have you?
I never once thought that you're just a stranger and I'm telling you that I'm a damn werewolf. Is that other guy listening to us?
Yeah, he's been listening.
Make a perception check.
He's been listening the whole time.
I've been watching him too, like just like keeping an eye on him.
Oh, well, he's not going to listen to me.
Well, Mazda, at the beginning of this, you notice that he made up his bedroll and whatnot, like probably like 40 feet away from you guys.
I can't.
But
Okay.
and he was like laying down, but then as you guys were speaking, he's like now intent because he started hearing about things about werewolves and lycanthropes, and now he's kind of like, oh, geez.
I'm just going to assume that Casimir's been drinking a little bit since this whole camping started. Isn't the most careful. Okay, that's an 18 because I accidentally wrote E instead of 3, so.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay. So, do you tell him yes or no whether or not you were this big black dog?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Pojam would know a thing or two about that. Won't stop watching me.
All right. So, fair enough. I'm just letting you know that
No, fuck, you're not a farmer, are you? I mean,
Well, I mean, I never claimed to be a farmer, so I guess not. No, you're right about that. I'm not a farmer.
oh damn it.
But you just to let you know, well, there's been recent reports near the edge of the land of timber, in places like Yolaberg on the edge of Yola's Lock. They're talking about this great black wolf. They're calling him Black Daniel.
That's not my name, but I mean, that could. Do you know how many black dogs exist? It's not unrelated. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Right. Fair enough. Well, I don't know. Just letting you know then, because if these people are on the hunt for a great black dog, wolf, really, of that size, and these same people end up, well, catching sight of you while you're in your state, just letting you know it could raise some issues.
Yes,
So,
I know. I know the
be
dangers. Thank you, Father. It's okay, but because Noz will just pretend that I'm her dog if that ever happens.
All right. Well, you better hope then that those same people hunting for dogs are not hunting for tieflings either.
Damn it.
Not really that they hunt them, really, but there's just some sick bastards out there.
Mazza, if we just got married and settled down somewhere, we'd never be in danger again.
I'm
Come
okay.
on, it'll be
Thank
fun.
you.
Uh,
I'm sure you'll find a lovely girl to settle down with, though.
yeah, you're absolutely not correct.
And while he was telling his story, can I kind of look at the guy who's kind of listening to us and kind of just like glare at him and try to get him to stop?
Mazza, we should kill him.
So
We have to kill him now.
he slowly kind of lays down in his bedroll and just kind of turns back to you guys.
This is a horrible mistake. Why do I keep
One
doing
more slip
this?
up and I'm rolling him up and throwing him in the woods.
Do I want to die? Father Woodsmith, why am I such an idiot? Stupid.
Well,
Stupid.
it could probably be the fact that maybe you're a little younger than you think. It tends to be with lack of experience, but I see it in you, Casimir, that probably somewhere, somewhere down the line, you'll end up fitting into your shoes nice and well enough.
35. I'm too old to be young. Thank you, though.
let me tell you something. Well, sure. I'm a little over 400 years old.
Oh!
Casimir. It's
And Casimir, you are one of the younger members of the party.
Oh, is that so? Oh, you all look like
Yeah.
children to me. Some Mazza clocks.
Well, I mean,
I'm
there's
the
a few
youngest.
elves.
Oh, that's right.
Like, Mazza is the youngest.
I keep forgetting you're like 10 years younger than me. I'm so sorry.
That's
Casimir just
23.
breaks down. He breaks down in a drunken sob and says, I'm so sorry for harassing you constantly. You're too good.
Okay. Kind of just pats his head awkwardly.
He's just losing it tonight.
all right. So then I guess I guess what I'm trying to say is even I have trouble fitting into some of my own shoes now. I've been alive for a little over 400 years. So you're only 35 years of age, and I understand for the humans that might be around your midway point, something like that.
I could die like any time. I drink way too much. Anywho.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe 3/4 of the way. But yeah, I'd say don't worry about it too much. It's really just live your life as you're going on about it. Life's gonna throw you some landslides here and again, but you'll come out of it okay because they're not real landslides.
Thanks. You are so cool. No, y'all.
All right. So I'm
Sorry.
a tired old dwarf. So I think I'm gonna call it in for night.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good night, Father. I'll see you later.
Good night, Sir Woodsmith.
That sure was a video game NPC of a dude, huh, y'all?
Yeah.
He was great. I loved him.
I loved him.
Mr. Woods just kind of crawls into his cart, his covered cart, just under the tarp. He just goes to sleep, I guess. Guys kind of.
Okay, who's taking watch?
Well, first, companions, could I have a moment away from prying ears?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Whose ears?
The man that was buried in the road's ears.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Would you like me to roll him up in his sleeping bag and throw him? Because I will happily do so.
Oh, no, that's not necessary. So would like to get away from.
Oh, you mean you want us to talk to you away from him?
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right.
Get a little distance away from the dude, where I know a whisper cannot travel to him. And I'm like, that guy now knows your names, and he
I'm
was
so sorry.
he was very secretive about not giving his name for some odd reason. And now he's gotten the gift of all these answers. I think it's only fair that he at least answer what is his name. And perhaps we should entice him to do such right now.
Okay.
So how are we going to do that? Just ask politely, or are we going to threaten him?
No, I'll threaten him.
Polite,
Okay.
threatening?
I can do threatening. I can do
We can
real
start with
threatening.
polite, I suppose, but
I could do
Actually,
polite.
no, worst comes to worst, I could always roll him up and throw him.
I roll him up.
Bury him back in the road.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm sorry, y'all. I shouldn't have blabbed so much while we were with strangers.
No, that was beautiful. I was
Beautiful.
the fact that this stranger is here offended me because it was such a special moment, and it was not
You
meant
have a
for.
crush on me, Pojam?
No, I do not, friend Casimir.
Why do you always act like this? Anyway, I'm sorry.
I've had my fun, and I've done my what you would call sexual research, and I've learned quite a deal about myself and the condition of others. So, but that was merely, another thing to research. And those times are past, friend.
Y'all asked about my dad and then never followed up on that. But,
We've had too many prying ears around.
well, whatever. I don't care who knows about my life at this point.
Well,
Unless it's my dad. I don't want him coming to shoot me. Or
you should
Anyway.
care that this guy from the road knows. Because the minute he heard that you were a lycanthrope, his first inclination was to try and cure you of it. If he and his people are truly religious zealots, they may now go seek your people to try and transform them, whether by persuasion or coercion. So
I thought it was usually by burning or something.
they could do that too, if worse comes to worse. Zealots are zealots. They're
That's
crazed
true.
and fanatical. So,
Not all zealots are bad.
yes,
Gonna
all
put that out
zealots
there.
are bad.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm
Kill him, or do
joking.
you want to keep him hostage? And
Well,
how are we going to erase things from his mind? That's not possible.
We at
Well,
least
can
need
only
his
just
name.
Detach his mind from his shoulders. That erases it.
Yeah, that's killing.
Let's start with the name.
Okay.
We're gonna head over and get some answers.
Very well.
Woo!
Hey, Mr. Man. Oh, who's supposed to speak first to this man?
Farron, be prepared to shoot him in the face.
All right. I'd prefer
Or
not to
we
kill
could traumatize him.
Siri.
You guys want to
Can I
traumatize him?
smack him awake? Hey, you.
Sure,
Wake
yeah.
up.
You just
Hurt.
go up on this guy and just smack him, and he's like ah ah ah.
Be quiet.
Nightmares about werewolves, huh?
Sir Woodsmith is sleeping.
How much did you hear?
I'm sorry. What was that one more time?
How much did you hear?
Well, I heard about all of it. I would say, most probably.
Oh, so you got to hear the answers to a lot of questions. So it's only natural you pay in kind.
I suppose so. Yes. That'd be fair enough. I think.
Since
Alright,
we
what's your
shared
name?
our names with you, I think it's only fair that you share yours with us.
Okay. Farron, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Does she get advantage with all of us there? Possibly, please. Pretty
You can
please.
intimidate him later. Don't worry about it.
Oh, never mind.
Not in this moment, no.
Okay.
Oh, okay. 7.
You have too much pity.
I guess so.
Hold on.
Baron's easygoing nature.
So, so he kind of looks up at you. He kind of averts his gaze, looking down on the ground for a moment, and he says, "My name is Thalaniel Lujor."
Whoa, that's her name.
Is that really your name?
Insight check.
Yeah, you should probably do that. You're smart.
You can go ahead and make an insight check if you wish.
Oh, I suck at insight.
Oh, if I... Is that wisdom?
Yeah, I'm not as wise as I am intelligent.
I see.
Give me 1 second. I'll give you an answer. Just let me plug in my laptop.
I mean, could you say his name one more time?
Sir, please repeat your name.
Wait, yeah, okay.
As soon as my character's like not drunk, he's gonna get real anxious about this whole debacle.
Right, okay.
Oh, could you say his name again real quick?
He said Thalaniel Lujor.
That seems real fake.
As you kind of inspect Thalaniel Pojem, you look him up on for a moment, and he doesn't seem all that persuasive with his choice of name.
Liar.
I think
Intimidation time?
I do believe he's being untruthful. Such a shame. It really is a shame.
Should we go with Plan B then?
Yes, I step back. I'd like to introduce you to Plan B.
I'll pull out my great axe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead, and make an intimidation check.
Oh no!
You go ahead and make with
My turn.
Okay, I was gonna say make with advantage, so I guess that is the advantage. Okay.
We aren't doing that
The
great
rest
tonight.
kind of huddle towards him, and he recoils in shock. Actually, and he's like, um, uh, listen now, listen. Let's not get hasty. I'm
Name?
Okay, all right, fine. He kind of clears his mouth. Well, cool. Jeez, clears his throat one more time, and this softer, yet serious toned voice kind of comes out, and she says, "My name is Nushala Valira." And you watch as this small sprinkling of energy just kind of dissipates from their face, and you see before you this gold, amberish skinned elf before you. Their ears a little bit longer upwards. Their hair, instead of that white, you noticed instead this slick black.
Weird. This is weird. Wait, what did the person look like before?
They had grayish, like a dark gray skin tone, shorter ears, and very short but well kept white hair.
Oh.
So
Wait,
their
does this mean that-
appearance changes before you.
So was she trying to disguise herself as a drow or something?
So she
It might
kind
have
of
been
looks
the
up
Genasi.
at she kind of you, and she says, "All right, so this is who I really am."
Oh, you're a girl? Oh. I put my sword away.
I don't.
And she says, "Yes, I am."
I actually believe that's your actual name. Actually, I want to roll an insight check. Can I?
Go ahead, make an insight check.
Yeah, do that shit.
If only it was with advantage.
All right. She seems truthful. She's not really giving away anything that seems to be a lie exactly.
Firebolt!
All
I'm joking.
right. Yeah, she seems to be in all seriousness being upfront with you.
So why were you disguising yourself?
Well, being in this part of the country, or continent, I should say, I know how some of the folks on the roads tend to feel about. And she's kind of like looking around at all of you. Tend to feel about high elves.
What are you talking about? I'm a high elf. She's a high elf. What are you talking about?
Really funny.
Right.
You're full of shit.
Hello.
Hi!
Tamir
Hi.
was
I am so sorry. I slipped through my alarm.
Oh, that's fine. Jeez,
It's okay, we haven't done anything. I mean, we've done a lot, actually.
It's just
Can
been
you give
talking
me, like, a
mostly.
quick version?
Should we do a? Can we do a quick recap? I guess of what we've done, or
Last time on D&D.
this time?
old man.
on D&D.
I'm so
Um,
sorry.
He's really cute.
Yeah, so with everything, with you guys escaping the bowels of Fort Nightfall and traveling the road, if you remember, you guys found that that half elf, something of like dark elf descent individual who you guys assumingly found out was a Ugorian priest of the Church of OMOS. And along the way, you guys found the crossroads where you had apparently met these strange folk, and Poja made an offering to them, not specifically to a being, but in general, he left an offering on the cornerstone of the fork in the road. Then
Praise the road fairies.
yeah, then you guys met a strange dwarvish individual whose cart and oxen were covered in these painted runes, similar to that half-elf's neck, that priest's neck. Let me see. Right. Had a lot of questions answered. Had a lot of questions asked. Let me see. Casimir explained that he was from a town up north where it's cold and snowy called Skesnia. Skesnia, right?
No.
All right, just
yeah. I don't know. I don't speak Russian.
Skesnia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
you're all fuzzy.
Your voice is fuzzy
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold
because
on.
you're a dog man. But yeah. So the old Dwarvish man went back to sleep. His name was Nikolai Woodsmith, or Mr. Woodsmith, as the group has come to call him. And
love Mr. Woods.
Amongst it all, the group is actually in the middle of interrogating that same half-elf priest, only to find out that they're not a half-elf, assumingly probably not a priest, and instead they're a high elf who's lied to them about I don't know, I guess.
Everything.
Oh, and they're also a girl.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, about their name, and they've identified themselves as Nushala Valira, and they're not even a man; they're a woman. Her name is Nushala Valira.
And that made me not want to intimidate her anymore.
What do I recognize that name? And I'm jumping in and have woken up from whatever absence you explained to me.
I wouldn't say you recognize the name.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
picking-
I doubt I would. I'm not from around here.
Sure. So picking up from where we left off, Nushala claimed that traveling through these parts of the continent and through Esrania, she knows that high elves are not very well received, and Pojam was just in the middle of rebuttaling her.
What are you talking about?
You're amongst elves, basically. You would have been safe. And then, not only was it your decision to disguise yourself, to hide yourself, you chose to be a priest, a servant of Eugoria, which is loathed here? That makes no sense at all. You would have been to be just a plain human.
Well, I mean, I had just come through from the Empire, and I had met a group of priests, and I had assumed that, well, they were traveling along seemingly peacefully, though they'd mentioned some trouble with some people, but I decided to take on this disguise.
You are either a fool or a trickster. If you're
trolling us.
She kind of looks you up and down, and she says, "Well, it looks like you're Silgasian yourself. So, I mean, you must understand that. Well, we played a large part in the Great War. This is and well, history tends to stay with people. You haven't noticed any offensive acts, you or people?"
No, not really, no. At one point I was thoroughly searched, but that was understandable. You know.
That was border security. Dude, that's everyone.
Connor's probably a little bit annoyed at this girl implying that elves are oppressed in this area. Yeah.
Well,
Actually,
for I'll say I mean it wasn't long ago, so you guys probably after thinking for maybe a minute. The guards at the gate of Fort Nightfall did spit at Farron and Pojam and like in their direction as they walk through. So it's like, you know, they're not being dragged and beat in the streets, but it's not exactly the friendliest.
Hold
Place.
on. That opens up new things. So, little girl, you does she look little? She look like a grown
Probably
up.
older than you.
No, she's a grown woman. Yeah.
She's probably older than all of us.
So you know a thing or two about being afraid for your life, then, girl.
You could say something like that, I guess.
So you're not willing to implicate others and put their lives in danger, are you?
If it means that my life would be safe, then no, I would not be willing to implicate others into danger. If that's what you mean.
Cool. So you're not really a religious zealot, then.
No, I'm not a religious zealot.
So what were you gonna do if I said, "Yeah, cure me of my lycanthropy"?
She pauses for a moment with her finger up, and she goes, "Well, honestly, I was just going to offer some prayers out of this tome.
Can I see that tome?
Well, glad I didn't ask for them.
Sure." And
It's just like a dictionary.
She passes you the book.
Is it an actual like Bible or whatever?
I think we looked
Religious
at
tome.
it before.
What languages can you read, Maza?
Uh,
I think we identified
Common,
it as
Infernal, and Abyssal.
So no, Maza, you cannot read it.
Celestial,
I
But
think we identified it as celestial last time or something.
yes.
we did.
yeah, it's celestial.
So the language
By the
isn't
way,
celestial.
Can I do like an insight check on this person since I just arrived here and have not had the opportunity to do so? Because I'd like to.
Sure, go ahead. What are you inciting on exactly?
Just her general mood and motivations, kind of.
Sure, go ahead.
Can anyone read Celestial?
No,
I'm sorry, nobody can.
it's okay. I'm sure it's not actual prayers. It's probably a cookbook or something. Anyway,
Can Can you read Celestial? Talking to
You asked?
to the woman. Yeah.
She says, well, actually, I can. Tamir, you make the insight check. She's kind of hard to read. She looks like she's cornered. You know, she's, I mean, not literally, but she's pretty much surrounded by individuals. One of them brandishing a great axe.
I just kind of woke up in another dimension. It's
Sure, yeah.
a little confusing.
She's kind of at the mercy of her captors, per se.
What is this? What is this book? What does it say?
It's a religious tome, is all really. I was just
Is it-
kind of
Part of your disguise?
Which god? Which being or whatever? Which deity?
the interrogation.
it's from the Church of OMOS.
I immediately throw him to the fire.
Oh, well, I
Bye.
guess you just toss it in the fire. Food just catches flame. She goes, well, it was an interesting read, to say the least. Thanks, I guess, for
Oh, you speak
ruining
celestial.
my fun.
No,
Oh,
don't worry.
no
We'll have more
problem.
fun. You're a friend now.
Oh, I'm a friend now, am I?
No, let's not go that far.
So, wait.
I
Back up a
didn't.
bit. You speak celestial then?
I do.
You know, I've been meaning to learn that.
Well,
Because-
good for you.
Few pointers? I've not been able to find someone.
You know, Pointers, jeez. Honestly, if you could
No,
find,
okay.
if you could find anyone of
Sure. Thanks.
of risen blood, um, I guess the polar opposite of a tiefling is would be like an Asimar. If you were to find one of them, they'd probably be able to help you better than I could.
Remember that.
Yeah, you can go ahead and remember that. But yeah,
Well,
I've got a question. So what actually happened that led you to being buried in the road?
that part was the truth. I had been traveling with this small group of priests, and well, I got separated from them, and then in that moment,
Probably going up to kill baby.
in the dark, I had been confronted by a group of strange entities of people. I couldn't see them really. And they'd offered to show me the way. And well, to the better of my experience, I knew, well, meeting a group of individuals in the middle of the night on an unfamiliar road is not really how could I say, it's usually not good. So I told them to leave me alone, and I would no longer wish to speak to them.
Oof.
And I had made my camp on the side. Well, I had traveled for a couple more hours past that, evaded what had seemed to be, a strange wandering group of individuals. And then I made my camp, maybe somewhere past midnight. And then when I had woken up, I had been stuck in the middle of the road, buried up to my neck. And
Should be
well,
sometimes.
It's
I
weird.
guess-
You didn't wake up when they moved you.
it may have been days since after that, and then well, you found me.
Days. Is she like smelly?
She was in really bad condition when we found her.
Yeah, she looks like very
Yeah,
close to death, I
Did
guess.
she take a bath since then?
I would not say
Peter?
so.
We're on the road.
we've been on the road.
She-
No.
She's still very like dirty, sullen looking.
Oh, that makes me feel sad. Wait, what does she look like? What does she look like?
She looks like a high elf.
All right, well, they're not really my type, but I probably still feel pity for a sad, dirty girl. I want to be her friend.
That makes me feel sad.
Well, I didn't know she was starving and dirty. I thought she was just recently buried in the ground.
Yeah,
Just recently buried.
And so she goes. So I do thank you for pulling me out of that. I
I
completely yes.
I guess you can go first.
You obviously came to this land, to Isrania, with much fear and trepidation to be here. So, why are you here? Why come to a place that you would be fearful of, where you would hide who you truly are?
Well,
That's what I was gonna ask.
well, she says. Well, I guess I'm not at any liberty to hide my secrets anymore. I feel as if I'm being poked in the back.
Now,
No, just kind of almost being cut in the front, actually.
Yeah, I was, for being real, I was about to kill you. But not anymore. It's all good.
I'm still
so
not sure. I'm still not
please
sure.
be honest with us. And I'm looking intently at
Yeah,
her.
I thought you'd rat me out to the church or something and have me burned alive, so.
She
Seems to be almost as well.
she looks at you, Pojam, and you notice that there's this like a small flash of like greenish arcane light from her eyes. And it quickly fades away, and she kind of looks around at everybody, and like her hands are up, like above her shoulders. It's typical interrogation thing, and she asks, Pojem, would you?
She doesn't know my name. She doesn't know my name.
Nerd.
Nerd. I'm nerd.
Well, I believe Casimir had mentioned your name Pojem while you guys were fire.
I'm sorry.
I slowly turn my head to Casimir, and it's just daggers, just like.
So, Pojem, would you kindly pass me my satchel, and I'd be glad to show you why I'm here.
You can just say it. I mean, the
I have
only.
a quick question.
I
Does she
take the
still have
second I give it to her. I don't have time for this.
Does she still have that ruin on the back of her neck?
No, she rubbed it off, I believe.
Oh yeah, it was rubbed off. She didn't know what it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Temporary tattoo.
Just add water.
So she goes, so would you kindly let me reach into my pack?
Sure, but try anything, and I
Pull out a
won't,
gun.
I won't guarantee
just-
that your head will still be there.
She's just staring at Pojem as she asks this. Pojem, do you have a response?
Sorry, my mic was off. Pojem raises his hand to point right at her face, like less than a foot away. And it's just like, my firebolt is ready. Go ahead.
Thank you, Pojem.
I have a gun too.
And she, all right, sure. Just cocking weapon.
Well, no, I'm not going to aim it
All
at her.
right.
It's you.
Sure. So she kind of bends down and gingerly reaches into the bag, kind of rifles around in it, and she pulls out what looks like to be a piece of paper. Seems to have like what looks like to be like a wax stamp on it. And she hands it over to you, Pojem, and she says, would you kindly open it up and, well, you can read it.
You can
Would
open
you
it.
kindly? It's Bioshock.
If you see, my hand is busy at the moment. You can open it and just show it to me.
Fair enough. Okay. And she kind of opens it up. She dictates from it, saying that she's been sent here as a investigator.
As a what investigator?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
To come in and look into happening within the city of Valishbor.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Your mic cut out. Not for me, at least.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I heard into Valishbor.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well,
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
oh, jeez. Okay. So one more time. Sorry about that. She dictates that the letter is written. It says that she is she is a Silgasian Imperial investigator.
Wow.
And what she holds is a license confirming that, and that she is being sent to investigate disappearances that have been happening within the city of Valishbor.
Well,
Wow.
put my
Nice
axe
spy.
away.
That's pretty cool.
So you have authority to operate Here? Hmm.
She coughs. Yes, I do. This piece of paper was more or less for the authorities themselves, just to identify myself, that I mean no pressure on the political tension between the empire and this sovereign state.
Well,
I'd like to take a look at it. I just kind of want to see if it's like real. I guess like make sure
Legit?
she's not lying to us. Yeah.
Is this a fake badge?
All right, sure. Yeah. She goes ahead and hands it to you. She takes like 2 steps back. You can go ahead and make an investigation check to see and detect if it's fake or it's real.
How many layers does this girl hide under? If it's fake. She's the ultra spy.
So, Farron, you read over this letter.
Is it psychic paper?
The wax seal seems pretty convincing. It's like it's the mark of some type of elvish nobility. You're looking at the lettering, kind of going about how it's addressed. But the name that's dictated on the piece of paper is not Nushala Lyra.
Spy.
I'll point that out.
Axe is back out.
can I look at the letter?
She says wait, what? That's not correct. Can I see that?
You keep track of your papers, girl.
You like picked up the wrong at the spy office.
Spy office.
Yeah. So she.
It's the office for spies. You come in. There's just this receptionist like, who you want to see, and just.
So she goes, oh, that shouldn't be right. Let me take a look at that.
Wait 1 second. Let me look at that letter.
Does her?
I want to see the. I want to see the name. I want to see the name. What does that name say?
Are you sure? You pick up you pick up the piece of paper, and that the name written on there should, and you hear her quickly incantate some arcane spell.
I'm attacking.
And you want
No, too late.
before you get a chance to, you watch her form dissipate in this purple smoke and with this like strong sucking sound and a blast of wind. She almost disappears backwards, and where she was is just smoke. This like purple
Vacuum.
I'm charging.
You still got that paper? What's it say?
What's it say?
Looking out into the darkness, it's you don't see anybody. Like she's just gone.
Damn it! I really hope she was being serious about not telling anyone.
I was trying to say, did her panic seem genuine? Her confusion. I mean, sorry.
No, not to me.
Well,
Unless that's just the way Sho was saying it.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Did her confusion at the wrong name seem genuine?
Make an insight check.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
That was a great
Oh, it's the same modifier though. Can I just keep it?
No.
If it's the same modifier, then
Yeah.
sure, why not? I mean, it's not really.
Both is a +4, so that's an 18.
No, it wasn't genuine at all.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't seem like.
Oh,
No.
that's the
No.
wrong name.
It's like that's the wrong. That's basically what she did is Farron was a police officer that pulled her over, and it's like the name on your license doesn't match the registration. And she's like, oh, that's really, and she just floored the gas.
An officer problem. Cosmere says, damn, she looks so innocent and cute.
It's just because she was a woman, wasn't she?
No.
What was the name
You
written
seemed
on
ready
that paper?
to kill her when she was a man.
I will hand the letter to Tamir, and I'd like to do try to identify, if I can, that spell or what means
I would
they
like
use to
get
teleport.
the name that's actually on this.
All right. I mean, you can make an Arcana check, Pojem.
Sucking ass. Nope.
Yeah, you have no idea. It could be any spell. The name on there, Tamir, is it's actually Kali's Hana.
Kalizana?
Yeah, Kalizana.
Does the name Kalizana mean anything to any of you?
Shall we all roll history checks?
no.
No.
Unfortunately, there's no real meaning behind it.
Can I try to look for her? I know it's pointless, but like,
Sure, go ahead.
Can I
Make,
help?
go ahead.
Yeah, I'd
make
like
a
to look
check.
too.
Yeah. Does she make it advantage or do I make a switch advantage since I want to do it as well?
Nice.
Holy shit.
So, Maza, as you're looking out in the forest,
Anger.
actually you see a high elven woman on the road, but that's just Farron.
Oh.
You tackle Farron.
yeah, Angry Hayes is tackler.
I got a question.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound really creepy, but does she smell like anything? Because I am a dog after all.
She smelled like dirt.
You know, that's true. She was gross.
I wanted to look for her as well. I was saying it at the same time. Would that make Muz's roll at advantage, or would I make a separate roll?
You could make your own perception check if you'd like.
I'm
Can I
sorry,
look
Farron,
also?
that I tackled
Another big
you.
roll. Tamir.
Go ahead.
Trying to slowly get off her. Sorry.
Ow.
Little in the moment. Kind of help her up.
Even with that
Help her
perception,
brush her off.
Tamir, no, you don't notice anything, hear anything, really.
Not even if I like walk around a bit.
Can I
how-
try?
See?
How,
Look
how
at that. That's
how far
way
to walk
better.
out?
Probably about 30 feet ish.
Yeah, walking out. No, there's nothing really.
Do you think that like her specific nasty dirt smell would be like any different than the other dirt around us?
Probably not.
No, I wouldn't.
She'd become one with the ground.
She's
But,
camouflaged.
But you know what I would say? I would say that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
Wait, one little thing. Pojem starts to laugh. He goes, "Whoa,
Sure.
that was a close one." Because if she was a representation of the Silgasian Imperial investigators, they suck. That would have been so bad. Oh, I'm so thankful.
I
Well, I
guess.
mean, looking at how much her lying is terrible, I wouldn't be surprised if they sucked.
Yeah, could you imagine
Right.
an investigator that
So, yeah.
buffoonish? Terrible.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
pretty
Maza's
silly.
still just hurriedly brushing the dirt off Farron. Look, I'm so sorry.
Well, you were right. I'm really sorry.
I'll just do prestidigitation and get rid of any of the dirt.
It's fine.
All right.
You're
I
fine.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's where we're gonna end for tonight. So before
I'm glad I could be here at the very end at least. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's fine. What time is it over there, anyways?
Isn't it like
It's
8 in the morning?
1:30. It's
Oh,
1:30 in the yeah.
Jesus.
Wow, that's wild. It's like 6 p.m.
Yeah, sorry, the game's at like 11 ish a.m. for me. I normally set the alarm at 7 so I have time to do things. But like it's the holidays. I stayed up late. Yeah, I'm
Don't worry
really
about it.
No,
It
it's
happens.
completely
Still
fine.
haven't said my backstory, so you know.
All right. So
well. Did whoever was controlling Tamir do well at the least?
well,
Oh,
there was no combat, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but like He's got to be like there-ish. We're just ignoring him. He's so hurt.
He didn't do anything.
There
we
was
kind
mention.
of ignored him. Yeah, it was just a bunch of talking, so.
Yeah, we're just
This is the
chilling with the old
first-
man.
This is the first game we've had without combat in at least 3 months.
All right, yeah. So with that, I think it's about time to take care of those plot points. Am I right?
Should I just
Get
sit
out
this
the
one out?
Absolutely.
music.
Should I just sit this one out?
No, that's
No.
fine. You still had some role play in there.
Music,
Like-
music, music.
Okay. All right. Shit. I just exited out of that tab.
Oh dang! I don't even get to hear
All
the
right,
music.
hold on. I'm gonna play that music in just a second. All right, so you guys are familiar with the rules, you know.
Yeah.
We can only say some positive stuff. Vote. You can't vote for yourself. Whoever you just listening to talk, pretty much.
Oh, Jim,
All right.
he went hunting with me and was funny.
Is everyone else hearing the fun music? Because I'm still hearing the ominous music.
I don't
Jeez,
get
yeah,
any
I
music.
Yeah.
I gotta change that. It's loading there. Sorry about that. Oh man. I don't know. Can we get Rhythm to do something?
Rhythm, save us.
All right.
Rhythm, play carnival music.
Yeah, then I'll hear it.
All right. How do we do that? It's
You have to press. You have to write exclamation mark play and then type the song in.
carnival music. Let's go.
Need to find some
45 minutes.
hyper upbeat, like 70s game show music.
I would be delighted.
Oh, you're right. Hold on. Let me show you. Jeez, wow, we're really stalling this.
Yeah, of course we are.
Okay, so
You have to press skip now.
okay. Yep.
And play. Because it's paused.
Play.
Yay!
Sure. All right, okay. So we got one vote for Pojam at the moment. Who would like to go next?
I'll jump in. I mean, I thought it was really funny when Kaz tackled that guy, so I'll vote for Kaz. But I have
What?
very, yeah. I saw very little, but Kaz tackling that one guy was, Kaz tackling Farron was very funny.
That was me.
Maza.
Oh shit, that was Maza. Well, I guess I'm voting for Maza. Damn it.
I did threaten to kill the spy though, and then change my mind, and then change my mind again. That's about all I did.
Yeah. I also threw a religious tome into the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just without
always
question.
Almost. Bye. Yeah.
I love this music so much.
I like this better than my normal one.
It's cute. Sounds like video game music.
I want to vote for Kaz because of the whole revealing of the backstories and stuff is always a fun time.
Well, that wasn't even my backstory. I just told you where I lived.
That's, you know what? That's more than we knew yesterday.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Okay.
I
All
liked
right.
how Pojam was not really flirting, but kind of flirting.
He always says, no, I'm not, but he is.
can we just give a plot point to the
Can't.
old man?
Yeah, give
True.
old man a plot point for being my real dad.
So that's one vote for me. All right, and I guess
I don't know who to give it to though, because like I love moments from everyone. Uh, I'll give it to Pojam.
All right. Okay. So we got 2 for Pojam there, and Pojam, I guess it's up to you.
I'm gonna give it to my man Cass for
Why?
well, because we had the hunting trip, which was a bonding moment.
You just like
You-
watched me take all my clothes off.
I did not watch you. I did not watch you.
You have night vision.
I turned. I said I turned slowly.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows Mabelina was watching?
It's called the Tuskwood. Tusk.
Okay, well, I can't speak for Mabelina and her eyes. Okay, she sees things. All right. Yeah.
Things that she cannot unsee.
See, that's true. For the hunting trip, and it's always just a joy to hear you talk tap. So, I give it to thee.
Thanks. I wish I had a deeper voice so I could be him.
All right. So far it's a tie between
Oh, dang, it
Pojam
is?
and Casimir.
Are
Yeah,
we
it's
doing the 2 plot points this time?
2 for 2.
Because we missed it that one day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
that just fixes
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So there we go. We get a plot point for
Cool.
both Casimir and Pojam this week.
Brr, 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 brr.
Cool.
Yeah, congratulations, everybody.
Thanks. That was really fun, y'all. I love playing with y'all. Glad we met a cool old man and I have a dog now.
You got to name the dog.
He does
What
have a
was the
name.
name
His
of
name
the
is
dog?
Nikolai.
Nikolai. I like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, right on. Oh
He's
yeah.
the old man.
It's the thing.
Yeah,
Oh
and
shit.
it's also significant for another reason, but maybe you'll find that out later, I guess.
Clock out.
Hmm?
All right,
What?
everybody,
Does clock
gotta
out mean?
clock out. You guys all have a good
Oh.
night.
All right, brother.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great week.
Alright. So I'm so sorry again.
Don't be sorry, we love you.
Fine. It's
That-
1:30
I know,
in the
that's
morning
what
for
I'm
you.
saying.
It's fine.
I'm just glad it wasn't anything hugely important that happened this session.
Exactly. We didn't even fight anything.
That would have been
It was-
bad.
It was still kind of, shitty on my part. I know how annoyed I get when people just don't turn up.
But you turned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Cannot help the alarm and sleeping through those things, because every now and then they just drift into the background of other noises.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'll do something cool at some point. And be like, oh yeah, I completely forgot that you didn't.
See ya, Cheryl.
Wait.
Bye.
Hey, Joe.
Bye, Cheryl.
You guys want me to draw something? I have a lot of time. I should probably draw. What would you like me
Yes.
to draw with your characters?
Could
Oh
be
yeah, I was
fun.
working on one of those draw your squad memes.
Really?
earlier.
Really? Oh, I gotta do it now.
I cannot wait to see your take on Tamir.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
doing it based off of the high school AU, kind of, but still keeping it fantasy. I don't know, just because it was like the selfie one.
Mustache.
I can't draw
That's not my
mustaches.
fault. Yeah, it's because I just disregard the art and be like, nah, he's gonna be a little cute twink. I mean, he already is a twink.
I mean, yeah, he is.
true. I just can't draw facial hair or old men.
And your description of Maza Tap is a little too punk, I have to say. Like, she's more of like a jock than a punk.
Well, then I'll draw more things. What kind of
Draw her
kind
in
of a
cleats.
situation can I draw all of them in?
Draw them at the beach. They just want to
I
have a
was-
good time.
I was literally about to say beach.
Yes.
Paz is standing far away because he hates the ocean. He's just in the background.
Tamir's probably fully dressed still.
I'm waiting for that Suns Out, Guns Out tank.
Pojam would just be wearing that little block cloth, loincloth, and is all prepared.
Speedo.
No, not a Speedo, just like a little, front loincloth, with his bum sticking out. And he's all prepared to just, hey, he he's gotten used to being open in certain areas. That's it. You know. And Bookie, by the way, love the new Farron illustration.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so good at art. I'm crying.
All of y'all are so good.
Oh, what did I do with my sketchbook?
If your characters were in Smash Brothers, which one would they be? I'll draw that.
Never played it, actually.
Yeah, I have no idea. Is that like Luigi and Mario and?
Guess I failed that.
If it's anything with Waluigi in it, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be that just for the memes.
Well, Waluigi unfortunately isn't in Smash, but I understand your pain. Farron would definitely be Link. I should draw Farron as Link.
Yeah.
Actually, none of us really fit in that game at all. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah.
I'm a healer. I cannot destroy. I merely heal.